Now, to make you happier, I wanted to tell you how some people have been doing real well. I want to start with a group of hedge funds, the 15 best performing hedge funds in what year? 2020, the year that millions of Americans came down with a horrible disease. Hundreds of thousands died from the disease. 25 million people, as I speak to you, collecting unemployment. Disaster, public health disaster, economic disaster continuing. But over the same year, 2020, Chase Coleman, I want you to get to know his name, of the Tiger Funds, that's a group of hedge funds, took home $3 billion in the year 2020. Was a great year for Chase Coleman. You know, all that money produced by the Federal Reserve flowing into the stock market. Well, he got a big piece of deciding where that money gets invested for the rich people who brought that money to him. Wow. 25 million people unemployed, while Chase Coleman brings in $3 billion. By the way, I thought you'd be interested in how that works out as a weekly income. You ready? $58 million per week. You see, Chase Coleman does not have to buy lottery tickets because he wins the lottery every day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks of the year. He won the lottery, where you and I didn't. But I also looked, as I said, at the other 14 out of the top 15. Sadly, number 15, who didn't do as well as Chase, he only took home $846 million. So instead of $58 million a week, he only got $16.3 million a week, every week. Now, there is no excuse and there is no need for this. That some people are desperate on living on unemployment, or worse, have run out of unemployment, while somebody else is raking in $50 million a week. There's no need for that in a society that already had inequality, that says it doesn't want this much inequality, that has a leadership that says it is committed to reducing inequality. Why was this allowed? Why is there not, as we have had in this country, what's called an excess profits tax or an excess income tax that says during a time of crisis, like a war, like a catastrophic public health disaster, like a crash of our capitalist system, we're not going to allow some people, millions, to be at the end of their economic rope, while other people are collecting, as I said, $50 million a week. No need for it. No morality can justify this that I know of in any of the major kinds of morality. And staying with this one more time, I thought I'd talk yet again about Jeffrey Bezos and Amazon. This time I want to talk about Jeffrey Bezos and his ex-wife, Mackenzie Scott. Together, I want to be fair to them, they have given a total of $7.2 billion in charitable gifts. Very nice. Puts them right there at the top in terms of charitable gifts. But if they're at the top in charitable gifts, let's compare that to the top they occupy in terms of their wealth. Stay with me. These numbers are easy to keep in your mind. In 2010, that's not that long ago, folks, their combined wealth, they were still married then, was $11 billion. Today, it has risen. During a time of COVID and crisis and all the rest, their wealth has risen from the $11 billion they had in 2010 to $250 billion, which is what they have now. Out of that, they've given 7.2. In other words, they've kept the overwhelming lion's share. They can't even spend that money. How could you? You'd have to be spending millions and millions of dollars every day, which I know is a fantasy, but it isn't real. Why haven't they given away? We're at the worst economic crisis in a century. We have the worst public health disaster in more than a century. If ever there were time to give some money according to what you have, the Scott and Bezos could give away half of their money to help this country in a time of need. And after giving away half, they'd still be the richest people on the planet. It's amazing to me as a critic that just to preserve themselves, they don't give away more money. So that people like me could not point to statistics as grotesque as what I just did.